So 2025 has finally ended. How can a year feel like it went by so quickly and it also lasted an eternity? Did you know Andor Season 2 came out in 2025? And the Minecraft movie? And that hideous Snow White movie finally actually happened? How can the last time the Earth was in this spot in its orbit around the Sun feel like such a long time ago? Oh wait, I know. Homework.
That'll do it.
Anyways, what's notable is that, except for Andor Season 2, Star Wars has actually had a pretty quiet year overall. Sure, there were numerous comics and books and such, but let's take a glance over the big ticket items for the year. Skeleton Crew ended in January, a decent finale to a decent Star Wars show. That's a good start. Then we had Star Wars Celebration, which saw the announcement of Starfighter, a new movie that is actually being made for once. It's already even done filming. They're in post-production now. Revenge of the Sith was then briefly put back in theaters for its 20th anniversary, and still managed to gross over $50 million worldwide despite being 20 years old. Tales of the Underworld came out for May the 4th, and was okay. Nothing memorable, but it wasn't bad. Of course, running over these last few things then was Andor Season 2, easily one of the best shows of the year overall, and arguably propelling Andor as a series to one of the better shows of all time. And then, what else even came out for Star Wars after that? Well, LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2 came out in September, Star Wars Visions Volume 3 released in October, and Young Jedi Adventures got a third season that aired just a few weeks ago. While Visions wasn't as good as previous seasons, it was still decent overall, and the LEGO show was as good as ever, from what I've heard. I haven't actually had a chance to watch it yet. And that's basically it. One and a bit live action shows, an old movie re-release, a new movie announcement, and a few smaller animated projects. There were also a few new game announcements at the Game Awards in December, with one of those games releasing later this year, and the other, well, we can hope. What's more, we once again heard about Kathleen Kennedy's imminent retirement. This time from the horse's mouth, Kennedy herself stated she was looking for a successor. Granted, nothing has been announced in that regard since then, and I certainly haven't been contacted by Lucasfilm yet. I'm working on it, okay? And we're still all rehydrating after the massive lump of salt we took with that statement, but maybe the new year will bring glad tidings indeed. So, on the whole, Star Wars got a bunch of okay or good content and one standout piece of greatness in 2025. So it seems like, for the first time since probably 2016, Star Wars just made it through a calendar year without suffering any new catastrophic blows from Disney. In fact, you could say it had more successes than failures, a net positive result for once. That's rather impressive, and maybe worth celebrating. Sure, it's not like Disney could deal many more critical hits to Star Wars at this point. The franchise has never been less popular, and it certainly wasn't financially successful in 2025. The fact that the most profitable thing during the year was a film from 20 years ago is pretty telling. But let's at least savor the moment as a brief respite before 2026 plunges the franchise lower once more. Because, well, the Mando and Grogu movie will be mid and likely won't have much impact on the canon story, but Ahsoka Season 2 is the last tipping point, and Dave Filoni will happily send us careening over it without even realizing it. Seriously, the story of Star Wars can still be salvaged into something good at this point, but I can guarantee that Ahsoka Season 2, in whatever shape its story is currently planned to take, will make that impossible without serious retcons. But that's a discussion for my other videos. I said I'm working on it. Anyway, that's just my brief New Year's observation. How do you think Star Wars fared in 2025, and do you have any hope for 2026? Whatever the case, leave your thoughts in the comments, like the video if you want, and subscribe if you're interested in eventually seeing my other Star Wars videos. I think my New Year's resolution really needs to be to put more effort into getting those done, though I don't know where the time is going to come from for that. But anyways, above all, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye, and Happy New Year. Or not, whatever.